The highly anticipated Final Fantasy VII Remake is a cinematic RPG full of action-packed combat, emotive storytelling, and unorthodox protagonists. If you aren't familiar with the 1997 original, here are some of the most important characters you'll want to get to know in the remake. One of the most iconic heroes in video game history, you'll know Cloud from his big hair and even bigger sword. Cloud is a mercenary for hire, recruited by underground resistance group Avalanche, who are trying to bring down Shinra, the power company who are draining the planet's resources from within the city of Midgar. Cloud was formerly a member of Shinra's elite military faction called Soldier, so his specialist intel and combat skills help the group deal with Shinra's mechanized infantry and achieve their goal of blowing up an energy reactor. Despite being involved with Avalanche, Cloud cares little for the future of the planet and more about his paycheck. But as the story unfolds and he develops relationships with his Avalanche comrades, players discover there's a lot more to this aloof warrior than meets the eye. In combat, Cloud uses his iconic Buster Sword, a heavy-hitting, close-range weapon. Barrett Wallace is the leader of Avalanche and intensely passionate about the group's cause in protecting the planet. He accompanies Cloud into the energy reactor during the game's opening bombing mission, becoming a playable member of your party and the go-to character for long-range attacks, as his right arm just happens to be a massive machine gun. We don't know much about Barrett's backstory in Remake just yet, or how his right arm came to be grafted with such heavy firepower, but we're bound to find out in time. Tifa Lockhart is a member of Avalanche and Cloud's childhood friend. The pair lost contact for many years, but when they were reunited, she was the one who convinced Cloud to lend his muscle to the group's cause. It's fair to say she has a soft spot for him, and throughout the game you'll uncover seeds of her history with Cloud through flashbacks. If you love martial arts, Tifa will be your favourite playable character. This girl is all about physical strength and expert fisticuffs. Her dive kick lets her leap in the air and deal a high-damaging boot to the face of your enemy. A mysterious young flower girl with extraordinary powers, you'll first encounter Erith on the streets of Midgar after the reactor bombing mission. Erith has her own reasons for joining the team to take down Shinra, who is seemingly hunting her for her enigmatic gifts. Carefree and compassionate, she develops a close relationship with the Avalanche team, and forms the third point in a Cloud, Tifa, Erith-shaped love triangle. In combat, she primarily uses magic, dealing damage, healing other party members, or giving stat boosts. Meet the supporting members of your Avalanche Crew, Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge. These guys are integral to the plot to bomb Shinra's energy reactor, assisting Cloud in the group's first mission under the leadership of Barrett. Jesse is the technical expert of the group, responsible for building the explosives used in the bombing mission. Biggs assists with taking out troops, and Wedge is also there, bless him.
What?
President Shinra is a nefarious businessman who'll stop at nothing to suck the planet dry of life in order to power the city he governs. He's often seen in holograms taunting the efforts of Avalanche in bringing down his corrupt company. Cloud & Co. will also have to contend with his morally dubious employees, including Heidegger, head of public safety, which is basically a euphemism for the military, Scarlet, the head of weapons development, and the Turks, a secretive intelligence bureau which includes Sung, Reno, and Rude. They're generally responsible for espionage, kidnappings, assassinations, and maybe the odd bit of admin. An iconic hero needs an iconic villain to face off against, and for Cloud, that rival is Sephiroth. As villains go, Sephiroth is a very formidable baddie, with mysterious ties to Cloud's past. We can't say too much more on that without spoiling the game's events for new players, but look out for more of this silver-haired menace in Remake. Those are just some of the awesome characters you can get to know even better when Remake arrives on PS4 from the 10th of April. For everything you need to know about the game's upcoming release, stick with IGN.